Okay, so I want to talk to the woman on her weight loss journey who is, you know what to do, but you can't get yourself to do it. Hold on a sec. You know what to do to lose the weight, but you can't get yourself to do it, right? This is the sentence I hear the most often from the women I work with. More than anything else, I hear them saying, I know what to do, Sherry, I just don't do it. So if you have ever said that, if you've ever said that to yourself, I want you to listen closely, because the issue isn't what you think it is. It's not what you think it is. You are not struggling on your weight loss journey because you can't get yourself to do what you should, because you lack the knowledge, you lack the motivation, you lack the wherewithal. That's not it at all. You don't struggle to lose weight because you haven't found the right plan. And it's not because you're lazy. You know you're not lazy. It's not because you're undisciplined. You know that you have discipline. You have the ability to be disciplined. You might have pockets of time where you're more disciplined in certain seasons than others. You struggle because knowing and yielding are not the same thing. We have been taught in this world to believe, we've been taught to believe that if we just collect enough information, that our behavior will follow. And you and I both know that that's not the truth. Here's the thing. Information alone has never had the power to transform anybody. But you know what does? Obedience. And to so many people, hearing that word is like hearing a 4-letter word. It's offensive, right? That's the problem. But it's obedience. Obedience, though, does not begin in your willpower. It begins in who you're listening to. Most women actually know what to do, and they aren't asking themselves, what should I do? Right? You're faced with the temptation and you're faced with what you should eat. You're not asking, what should I do in this moment? You already know what you should do in that moment. You are wrestling in that moment where you are at the crosshairs of what I should do and what I shouldn't do, where you're faced with the temptation, the thing that you want versus the thing that you know you should be eating or doing. In that moment, you are wrestling, between knowing and choosing. That's exactly what it is. You are wrestling between knowing and choosing. Right there, it's that moment. That is where your real battle is. Because in that exact moment, you might not even notice this, but another voice shows up. And that voice sounds like reason. That voice sounds like logic. That voice sounds like giving yourself grace. That voice sounds like protection. Like you might say things to yourself, or you might have this thought, and that thought could be, you know what? It's been a long day. It's been a long day. I deserve a treat. Or I can start tomorrow. I'm going to start on Monday. Or this doesn't really matter. I'm just going to eat this now. It doesn't really matter. Or what's the use? You've already messed up. Have you ever thought any of those thoughts? And when you think these thoughts, and you believe these thoughts, and you behave in alignment with it, you don't get the right outcome that you want. And then before you realize it, like the decision has already been made. And it wasn't because you didn't know any better. It was because something else was leading. And this is what nobody talks about for Christian women on a weight loss journey. Most of your disobedience, it doesn't look like rebellion, like full out rebellion. It just looks reasonable. Like when you're on a weight loss journey, you just delay doing the hard things. You hesitate. Like you wait for motivation. You wait to feel ready. But here's the thing, and I know you know this. Delayed obedience is disobedience. And I'm not saying that to shame you. I'm saying it to free you. Because the moment that you realize that this isn't This isn't a knowledge problem. You stop perpetually blaming yourself. You stop blaming yourself for not trying hard enough. Because the problem isn't that you don't know what to do. The problem is that you've been trained to follow your feelings and not the Spirit. And here's the thing about feelings. Feelings are loud. Thoughts are familiar. Feelings are loud. And feelings demand comfort. Like they're bossy. Your feelings demand relief. Feelings demand ease. But the Spirit is quieter. The Spirit is quieter, and He is clear. And the women who experience real change that lasts, change that gives them the transformation where they lose the weight and they actually keep it off, these women are not the ones who know the most. They are the ones who just learn. They practice yielding faster. They are just the ones who yield the fastest. They don't wait to just, feel motivated. They don't argue with truth. They follow. They follow. And here's the part I want you to really hear. Every single time that you delay your obedience, doing what it is that you know you should do, whether it's eating the right thing or getting up and preparing something or going past the drive-through, the fast food restaurant, every single time that you delay obedience, you strengthen the habit of resistance. But every single time you yield to that still small voice that's guiding you, every single time you yield and you ask God to give you the strength that you need to do what it is He's telling you to do, every time you yield, you strengthen the habit of aligning with truth, with finding yourself on the narrow path so that you can finally be free and stop making your inability to lose weight a way of life. Here's the thing about weight loss. This is not about being perfect. It's about who you are allowing to lead you. So if you've been stuck in that loop, if you've been stuck in that pattern, if you've been stuck in that cycle of, I know what to do, but I don't do it, I want you to consider this. What if the breakthrough that you've been waiting for doesn't come from learning something new? It doesn't come from learning something new, but instead in learning to actually respond differently to what you already know. What if that's where your breakthrough is? It's just you responding to what you already know, because transformation doesn't begin when you feel ready. That's the kind of thing that happens when you are mastered by your flesh. That's why I tell everybody, you've got to start becoming spiritually bossy, yielding to the right voice. Transformation doesn't come to you when you feel ready. It just doesn't happen in that space of feeling. It begins when you decide to follow, even in weight loss.